medal match in the Recurve men division.
And this one sees Russia against Germany. It's Beligto Tsynguev against Max Weckmueller.
On target 1, representing the Russian Federation, Beligto Tsynguev. On target number 2, representing Germany, Maximilian Weckmueller. The line judge for this match is Mr. Nachi.
So there we have them. Beligto Tsynguev of Russia against Max Weckmueller of Germany. And Chris, Max, he beat the world number 5 on his way to this on the way to this medal match.
Semi-final win over Mete Gazoz, huge talent from Turkey, back-to-back winner of the World Cup stage in Berlin in 2018 and 2019. But Max Weckmueller, kind of one of those archers in the background in the German team. We talked about we don't know what the situation is after this year out, and a really good indicator that the German team is putting the work in and has got some talent here ahead of this critical Olympic season.
And it's the German going first. Starts with a 7. Well, we've seen quite often today how it's taken a few arrows for the archers to adapt to the conditions.
9.
But a good start for the Russian. And once again, they seem to be starting this match quite quickly.
10.
Great 10 there from the German.
10. 9.
'Final arrow, it's 10, and the set goes to the Russian, 29-26. Fairly convincing performance there from the Russian, and really quick, weren't they?
Yeah, what a strong start from Beligto Tsynguev. It's crazy, we haven't seen him in a long time. He was really up and coming in 2015. He shot in the Olympic test event in 2015 and then just kind of dropped off until he reappeared in 2019. But yeah, really quick, coping with the winds. Fantastic groups from both archers. The speed of shooting can really be a weapon in finals, because if you shoot quick, your archer, your opponent's got less time to prepare. If you push them off their rhythm, only 20 seconds per shot allowed. Yeah, if you go quick, you can really push your opponent off their rhythm and kind of get into their head a little bit.
I'm interested by what they're wearing in these conditions, because we've seen a few of the archers sort of go to their coaches and put on their tracksuit tops, and some of them look quite cold. Presumably they prefer to wear as little as possible when they're actually shooting.
But that string moves a big distance, and archery is so critical. You don't want anything to interfere with the string, so you can't wear a huge puffy jacket, especially when you're shooting recurve.
So the German begins set 2 with a deficit, a set behind. Not the best of starts for him.
You can hear that wind building up in the background, can't you? Really strong position at full draw from Tsynguev, and that'll really set him in good stead for windy conditions if he's really powerful in the bow.
9. 10.
So the Russian has the upper hand, but it's 4 points between them. And it's always going to be a long way back for the German. 23. And set number 2 goes to Tsynguev of Russia.
Total in the second set.
And Tsynguev, I mean, he's been around for ages, hasn't he? And he's, I guess, calling it in on all that experience now.
Going into the third set.
They only needed a 5 with that last arrow to take this second set, and it's challenging, isn't it? Because when you're leading by so much, if it's in your head and you're thinking about it, that you can loosen up a little bit. But not only has he got experience, his coach behind him, hugely experienced Olympian. They know what they're doing in finals matches like this. You said earlier about the archers putting those jackets on in between end. I'm kind of sad that Max Weckmueller's leaving his on his coach's scope stand, because that jacket looks fantastic.
Might help him come back. What does he need to do now as we get set 3 underway? So what does Max Weckmueller of Germany have to do now to get back into this match? 2 sets down against Tsynguev of Russia. Well,
9.
it's not a bad start to this third set.
Eight, 9-liner.
8, I think that was for the Russian. Yes, it was. It's make or break time, isn't it, for the German?
9.
Oh, he's really tightened that up, hasn't he? They're both 9s, but they're in a great spot.
10.
So all square. Last arrow for Weckmueller, and it's a 10. Well, he could do no more with that final arrow. Tsynguev needs a 10 to square the match, the set, I should say.
So
And it's a
10,
9.
8 from this position, but we have to
So
wait
the set
for
3
the
goes
arrow.
to the German,
Maximilian Weckmueller, 28 points.
and he's still in
In
it.
this case, he has 1
It's
point.
4 points to 2.
Might be 2 points.
Max Weckmueller, those first 2 arrows, 9s at 12 o'clock, just above the 10 ring. Fantastic consistency, but fantastic markers, especially if his opponent isn't shooting 10s. 1-8, 1-10, tied. He did what he needed to do with that third arrow of the set. Great 10, great group, great delivery of all 3 shots, and that protected his life in this match. But the thing is now, Beligto Tsynguev, he's still got that massive advantage. It's statistically very difficult to come back from a 4-0 trail, and Max Weckmuller's still got a long way to go.
So here we go with set number 4. Well, are we watching an amazing comeback from Max Weckmueller of Germany from 4-0 down? It's now 4-2. Here we go, set number 4.
10x.
German seems to have found his stride now. Matched by the Russian. Another 10 from him. Oh, that's the 8. Now, has that let Weckmueller into this set? He's got a 2-point advantage with the final arrow.
9.
And it's a 9, so 29 for the German. And that means that the German has managed to seal this 4th set
So we have new
and
situation
squared the
on
match
field
4-4.
after
So an incredible
4-0.
comeback from the German.
Tsynguev
Incredible
now
not
has
just for his shooting, but also for
fight
the
against
mental strength that took.
Weckmueller that won the last two sets with the 28-29.
Yeah, I mean, he's really tightened up. It looks to be all Beligto's match in his first two sets, but Maximilian just needs to get comfortable, come back into it, and he's done just that. Deciding fifth set. I thought this was going to be over in 3, but it's not. It's gone the length, and this could go either way.
4-4, we are going into the fifth.
Now, advantage of shooting first or second in recurve?
What advantage? It's really down to the individual archers, isn't it? If you like the pressure, if you thrive under the pressure, you want to go second. But most top seeds, and they choose who to go first and second. In the first set, they choose to go first.
Set 5 it is then. Well, who would have thought 2 sets ago that we'd be going to a 5th set and that it would be 4-4? Max Weckmueller has really succeeded in a great comeback. Can he now seal the match in the 5th set? It's a 9 to start with. All square. Also a 9. So final arrow for Weckmueller. It's another 9. So a total of 28. He needs a 10 to square the set. Anything less than a 10 and he gets it.
28 points, and we have
so it's all square,
shoot-off in the gold final.
and we have a shoot-off coming your way now. And Chris, who would have thought that this was going to go so close in the early stages?
Well, absolutely, Max Weckmueller didn't look up to his opponent, but he's just rallied, hasn't he? And he's brought this all the way back, and he's pushed the onus onto his opponent, Beligto, to deliver a 10 to even take this to a decider. It's a great performance from Max Weckmueller of Germany, but a fantastic last arrow from Tsynguev. 10 needed a 10, shot a 10, and it'll be one more arrow to decide who takes this gold medal. The rules did change during the end of last year. It's just a single arrow closest to the middle wins.
So where are the fans for Beligto Tsynguev?
Shoot-off time.
And the fans.
The pressure really building now on these 2 archers. Tsynguev of Russia on the left, but it's Weckmueller of Germany on the right-hand side who's going to go first. The comeback king in this match. 1 arrow apiece. Closest to the centre wins the match.
10.
Yeah, tough one to call.
It seems the 10 of Beligto Tsynguev.
And if how do the measurers now? How do the judges do this?
They'll go down with some calipers and check who's closer. But I think the way to measure it is really on the line of the 10 ring, and you can see Max Weckmueller went over to congratulate Tsynguev because he was closer. Max's arrow touched the line of the 10 ring.
Tsynguev of Russia, he went back to his coach and they bumped, didn't they? And it looked like he was confident that was his arrow, and it was. So the match goes to Beligto Tsynguev of Russia, the recurve men gold medal, and Weckmueller, after a really tremendous comeback under some real pressure, has to make do with silver.
You couldn't have asked for any more from Max Weckmueller in the second half, specifically because he was trailing. He looked down and out after 2 sets, and he just drew that all the way back to level. Shot a decent 10 with his last shot, and then was beaten fair and square.
Yeah. I mean, great climax. Here we go. We can enjoy some of this again. The closest match of the day here in Poreč in Croatia. There's been some tremendous archery, but what a great climax to end this live with. I should say Alessandro Paoli of Italy got the bronze medal in the recurve men earlier today.